Hi guys, so in this tutorial I'm going to be taking you through the basics of Photoshop. This tutorial is meant for people that might be brand new to the program and just getting familiar with it. And what we're going to be doing is we are going to be learning about our layers and making selections, and we're going to take all these vegetable parts to make this fun, funky, weird little vegetable man here. Um, so I hope you guys find this tutorial helpful. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Now, first off, we need to get our workspace set up. So to set up your workspace, you're going to go up to Window, Workspace, and this basically has a bunch of preset workspace. So Essentials is great because it really contains most of the essentials, most of the menus and panels that we will use the most frequently. So if you select Essentials and then click on Reset Essentials, your workspace will look exactly like mine. We're all starting from scratch here. All right, so Essentials, Reset Essentials, we all have the same workspace. We can see our toolbar over here. This has all of the really necessary tools that we'll be using, such as our Lasso tools, which are used for selections, Magic Wand tool, which can also help us with selections, as well as the Object Selection tool and Quick Selection tool. We've got our brushes, a lot of great tools that we'll be talking about a little bit later. But one thing I wanted you to make note of is if you click and hold on a tool, there's a submenu that pops out with additional similar tools. So you can always tell if one has a submenu by looking at the very bottom corner of it, and you'll see a little arrow. Again, if you click and hold, you can view that submenu, or if you right click, another way to get the same exact result. But again, each of these has a submenu with similar tools. So that's really how we'll be using that guy. And then we have our layers panel. Now, if for any reason you don't have your layers panel here, you can always go Window, sorry about that. You can go Window and then Layers, and there's a shortcut, F7, but that is how you will open up your layers panel. The layers panel is going to be your best buddy in Photoshop. You guys will be using the layer panel a lot, and you should definitely master this. It is essential in Photoshop. A really good way to think about it is it's a series of layers, right? And we'll talk about this more later, but it's kind of like a sheet of transparency paper, right? Each of these are transparent sheets and they're stacked on top of one another. If we put something on that transparent sheet, right, it's covering up the thing underneath. Here, let me go ahead and do that. So we're just going to put a big blue thing over his face. But you can see there how, again, it's kind of covering him up because of that layer. We can toggle those on and off by clicking on the little eyeballs next to them. We could also adjust the opacity here, so we can make it more transparent or less transparent. And then there's also different blending modes to apply, that is terrifying, to apply different effects to those layers. And again, something to make note of is this only applies to the layer that I have selected. So it's only applying to that layer 1. Again, I had that selected and then I can mess with it. Applies to just that layer. All right, so those are really some essential tools, and Window is what we'll be using to access other menus. There are so many more out there, but again, our essential setup just starts us with the basics, with the necessities. So right now in Photoshop, I actually have 2 files open, and when Photoshop opens multiple files, it opens them up as tabs. So you can see here, I have, it's called o2n.jpg, and then I have o2start.psd. All right, so these 2 tabs are 2 different files. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using this PSD file here to create this veggie head. But to start out, I did just want to show you guys a few additional basics. Now, one of those is the zoom tool. So the zoom tool allows me to zoom in, right? So again, it's this little magnifying glass to zoom in by clicking. If it's on the minus, it will zoom out. Now, I rarely will use this tool because shortcuts are way easier and way more convenient. So basically, Command minus is the same effect as zoom out. Command plus is zoom in. Okay, so Command minus, Command plus. I definitely recommend that you guys start to get acquainted with those shortcuts, because it will just make you so much more efficient, so much faster in Photoshop, and eventually it'll just become muscle memory, right? So you'll just start instinctively pressing Command minus, Command plus. But again, the long way to do that is magnifying glass, plus, click, minus, click to zoom out. The other necessary tool is the hand. So we use the hand to go and pan around our image. Now, because I can see my entire image here, it's not really going to do anything. But if I zoom in first, right, then have my hand selected, I can click and drag to move across. Then I can always zoom out, pan further. Now, again, the hand tool is also one that I don't click on very frequently because shortcuts. The shortcut for the hand tool is spacebar. So let's say I'm on my basic selection tool, my move tool. I can just press spacebar and quickly move across my image. Again, this is another one that's going to become muscle memory. You will use this shortcut a ton in Photoshop. So Command and then click and drag to pan across the image. And it works the same in all the Adobe programs. So whether you're using Illustrator or InDesign, spacebar is our hand tool. All right, so now let's talk about our selection tools. So these three tools here are really our main selection tools. The first is our Marquee Tool. So if we click and hold, we can see a few different options. We can see our elliptical for drawing circles, rectangular for squares, creating rows and columns. But we are going to work with the elliptical Marquee Tool because my goal here is to cut out this blueberry, which will eventually be an eyeball. Now, to use our Marquee tools, we just select the shape we want and then click and drag out to create that shape. If we hold Shift, it constrains those proportions to keep it nice and symmetrical. Now, another option is we could also hold Option or Alt on our keyboard, and that's going to center it at our initial selection. So again, this is my initial selection. Holding Shift constrains proportions. Holding Alt, it's now centered where I initially clicked. So I can hold Alt and Shift to create that perfect circle around my starting point. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let's select this eyeball. So I'm going to click in the middle, drag out, hold Alt and hold Shift to create that perfect circle. I can then copy and paste it. I just used Command C and Command V on my keyboard, but you could also go Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste. So now we have our eyeball here. But first, let's talk about some other things that we could do with our selection tool. For example, if we click and drag, right, maybe I want to select more. I can go up here to add to my selection. And then if I click and drag, I'm adding to that selection. Let's say I accidentally go too far, right? I can then go to this button, which is to deselect from our selection. So again, if I click and drag, it's now going to remove that part. So again, we have to add to our selection, to remove our selection, and with the first one, that's typically the default. Every time we click, it's going to create a new selection. So it removed our old one, created a new. So that's really how that works, and it works the same way with our Polygonal Lasso tool. We can add to our selection, remove from our selection, or create new selections. So that was our marquee. Basically our marquee, it's kind of marked by these marching ants, we call them. But that is our selection. So sometimes it's called a marquee, sometimes it's called our selection, but everything we do, it's affecting this area, this selection here. So switching to our lasso tool, again, we have three different options for our lasso tool. First is our regular lasso tool, which is a very free-flowing organic lasso tool. Now, I don't use this very often with a mouse or a trackpad just because it can be very difficult to control, very difficult to get smooth lines. If you're using something like a tablet where you actually have a stylus, it can be a lot easier to use. But otherwise with a mouse, it can be kind of difficult. So a better option is typically the Polygonal Lasso tool. And basically the way that this works is every time you click, it makes a selection. So it gives me just a little more control over that. But let's say I want to do a curve here. If I wanted to do a curve here, I could just hold Option, right? And then click and drag, and it acts like my other lasso tool, right? So again, instead of having to click, I can just hold Option and then freely draw it. So that's a really good way. That's my preferred way to kind of go between the two tools because you just have a little more control over the placement, especially if you are working on with a mouse, right? Instead of a tablet. So then we'll just go ahead and close that shape, and then we've got our selection here. I can go through and clean it up a bit if I want to remove these extra pixels that I had selected, just like that. And then maybe I want to add a little more here. Just go ahead and add with our Polygonal Lasso tool. All right. So that's our Polygonal Lasso tool, and then we have our magnetic lasso tool. And basically what this does is Photoshop tries to look for contrast between parts of our image, right? So it's looking at those pixels, those little blocks of color, and trying to find separation. And so it will automatically, I didn't click there, it automatically found that point for me. So again, I just clicked once at the start, and then I'm just moving my cursor around, and it's trying to find points. Now I can always help it out, like I can click here to create my own point manually, or I can kind of just let it guide it. Now that obviously isn't perfect, but again, we can just go in and start to clean it up with one of our other lasso tools. We can use all of these interchangeably. All right, so then we've got our pair here. So those are our lasso tools, again, to add to selection, remove from selection, or just create new selections. Then we have our magic wand, and with this tool, it really is magical. It will basically select a large area and try to look for similar pixels. So if I select an area that's kind of white, I'm on the wrong layer here. I gotta make sure I'm on the right layer. There we go. That's kind of white. It went and tried to select all of that area for me. I can hold Shift and add more to it. So now it just selected all this white. Hold Shift, selected this. Shift, right? So kind of the same way, we're adding to that selection if we hold Shift. Another thing we could have done is adjusted the tolerance. The higher the tolerance, the more accepting Photoshop will be of varying pixels, right? So it'll go a little bit further out with our selection. We can make it even more tolerant if we wanted to get even more of a large selection. So I just clicked on the white, and look how far that went in to those images. But yeah, that's basically the tolerance. If I want it to be very particular, like only selecting the white, I can lower that to like maybe 2, hit deselect, and now when I select it, right, it's only getting that really pure white, but a little bit tolerant with the 2. So hopefully that makes sense, but that is how we make our selections with our magic wand. And again, you can definitely use these different tools all interchangeably. So let's say I want to save a selection, something that's kind of cool. Maybe I want to select this carrot here. I'm going to increase my tolerance. I can click. That was not very tolerant. I'm going to increase it to 50. There we go. I'm holding Shift to select the rest of it. All right, now I've got the whole carrot here. Now if I click out of that, right, or deselect, I'm hitting Command D, it's gone. So something else I could do, if I don't want to cut it out now, I could save that selection. To save it, I would just go Select, Save Selection, and then I would call this carrot. Now I'm deselecting, let's say I'm messing with my document, I want to reload that selection. I can go Select, Load Selection, go to my carrot, and there he is. He's reselected for me. So that's saving selections and loading them in. And again, I'll go ahead and cut this carrot and paste him. Now always make sure you're naming your layers. So I will call this guy carrot, and then our first one was our blueberry. And then you can start to move them around. So I've got my move tool here. The shortcut for that is V. So I can take my eyeball and place it here. Then maybe I'm taking this carrot and placing it here, wherever you want it. If I want to create a copy of this blueberry, a shortcut is I can hold Alt and drag to create the second one, or I can just click and drag it to new. This is the long way to do it, but click and drag to, sorry, there we go. Click and drag to the new layer here, and that's another way to create a copy. But yeah, holding Option and dragging is definitely probably the quickest way to create these copies. Alright guys, well that is the basics of using our selection tools in Photoshop, making selections, cutting them out, and moving them around onto our page here. So I hope you guys found this helpful. If you do have any questions, or if there's anything else you'd like to see, please let me know in the comments, and I will be happy to help. Alright, thanks for watching everyone, take care.